G'day, my name's Ashley Davis. I'm the developer of DataForge Notebook and author of the books Data Wrangling with JavaScript and Bootstrapping Microservices. In this video today, I'd like to highlight some of the new features just landed in DataForge Notebook version 1.8. There's a heap of big things in this new version and also lots of small improvements and bug fixes. What I have open here is the visualization notebook. This is an example notebook that comes included with DataForge Notebook and shows you all the different types of ways that you can do visualization with the product. So the first thing I'd like to show you is the massive user interface overhaul that's gone into version 1.8. You can see that the UI is more beautiful and functional than ever before. It's more streamlined and there's less pop-ups than there was before. Tooltips take more time to come up now so they don't get in your way, but they're still there to help you understand the user interface and to show you what hotkeys are available. DataForge Notebook now has Find and Replace. This feature has been coming for a long time and it's finally landed. As always, you can get to everything in DataForge Notebook through the command palette, which I get by clicking this button here. You can also use Control-Shift-P to bring up the command palette. And from here, you can search for any command. So I'm going to open the Find dialog from the command palette. And of course, you can also do things like close the Find dialog. So that's gone now. You can see here that it shows you the hotkeys that are for any of the commands. DataForge Notebook is designed for programmers, so it's entirely drivable from the keyboard. DataForge Notebook users have been asking for single cell evaluation for quite a while now, and that's something that is now included in version 1.8. So there are now 3 different ways you can evaluate your notebook. There's the regular run button on the toolbar here. This runs the entire notebook. And of course now there are 2 run buttons for each cell. There's the original evaluate code to this cell, which will evaluate all the code in the notebook up until and including this cell. And this is the new button here. This is for single cell evaluation. It only evaluates this individual code cell. Now this is pretty sophisticated and it can even reuse variables and data from other cells in previous evaluations of the notebook. Also in version 1.8, the performance of the drag and drop code has been massively improved. So now it's much more fluid than ever before to drag and drop your cells to rearrange them. You can also now drag, resize cell outputs. Now this works for charts and maps output and allows you to get the graphic just the right height that you want it to be. In fact, you can drag any cell. So here I'm dragging, drag resizing a table output, so you can get it the right size, depending on what sort of data that you want to preview, how much data there is. And this works for all other cell outputs as well. So general text outputs, HTML outputs, JSON outputs, etc. The data that's in each output can now be selected, so you can copy it and paste it to use however you want. All cells now have this little kind of tool button here as well. For most cells, it allows you to export the output to a particular file format. So in the case of a table, you'll be outputting a CSV file. So I could save this as a CSV file now if I wanted to. That works for all cell outputs. Charts and geometry are a little bit different in that they've got a capture button. So this allows you to actually capture an image of the graphic and save it to disk. Also new in DataForge 1.8, some extended features for the display.geo function that you can see right here. We're using it to render some markers on a geographic output, but now you can actually customize all the details. So you can see here we're setting a icon URL and we're setting that for each marker. We're also setting the icon size for the marker and the tooltip for the marker. So when you hover over the marker, you can see custom tooltip. As I said, there's so many other new small tweaks and updates and improvements for DataForge Notebook. It's improving all the time. There's new examples being included, and pretty soon I'm going to have a video showing a great new example from Rory Dungan. So please stay tuned for that new video. That's all I've got for you today. Please head over to dataforgenotebook.com to get DataForge Notebook, and I'll see you in the next video.